مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.
Hello, my students. How have you been? Great to teach you again on our fourth online learning week. Before we start, I'd like to give you certain piece of advice on how to avoid being infected with COVID-19. First of all, wash your hands often and put a distance between yourself and others. Then avoid close contacts with people who are ill. Now, let's start our lesson today. So open your students book page 99. Before we start, I'd like just to tell you something. Now, my students, you have always been shopping and have short exchanges at a grocery shop, a mall, a cafe, or a restaurant. So in which situation should we use much, many, a few, and a little? So the answer to the question is the content of our lesson today, which is quantifier. So open your students book page 99 and listen carefully and watch my PowerPoint presentation. This is your teacher Adil Mazloumi speaking to you today. So what's meant by quantifier? Quantifier means words which express an amount. Okay, so this is the meaning of the word quantifier. Okay, now my students, what are the objectives of our lesson today? Our objectives of our lesson today are to match two parts of sentences to make rules for quantifiers after reading a dialogue. The second one is to circle the correct options after watching PowerPoint presentation. Okay, so we have some examples of quantifiers which are used before countable and uncountable nouns. Okay, here are some examples of quantifiers: some, any, no, much, many, a lot of, lots of, a few, a little. So all these quantifiers are used before nouns. So let's start with some. Some is used with affirmative sentences. There were some people on the fourth floor. So the sentence is affirmative. The sentence is in the affirmative case. It's not in the negative one. So also some is used with offers and requests. Offer, for example, can I offer, for example, do you want some sugar? I'm offering to give somebody some sugar, a spoonful of sugar, something like that. And request, can I drink some tea? So this is a request. The second quantifier is any. Any is used with the question and with the negative sentences. For example, were there any people in that room? So this is the question. In the negative, there weren't any people in that room. So this is the negative one. No is used with the affirmative sentences to give negative meaning. The sentence is in the affirmative. There were no injuries in that accident. Okay, now let's sort out the quantifiers which are used before countable and before uncountable nouns. Now let's have a look at the uncountable nouns. Uncountable nouns are anything that you can pour. For example, you can pour water, Pepsi, tea, coffee, oil, or anything that you can spread. For example, you can spread cheese on the pizza. For example, you can spread jam in the sandwich, butter, or honey. Also, other examples of uncountable nouns are anything that cannot be seen. For example, fun. You cannot see fun. Hatred, freedom, loyalty. All these are abstract nouns. And all types of powder. For example, salt, pepper, flour, sugar, and powder. Okay. Other examples of uncountable nouns like hair, snow, rain, transportation, weather, sunshine, oxygen, gas, air, advice, chaos, rice, wheat, money, paper, information, research, furniture, and news. What about the countable nouns? What's meant by countable nouns? Countable nouns are nouns that can be counted. Countable nouns are nouns which refer to something that can be counted. For example, a boy and boys, a car and cars. Now, many. Many is used before plural countable nouns. There weren't many firefighters nearby the fire. A few. A few, we use a few before plural countable nouns. The fire brigade arrived after a few minutes. Much. Much is used before uncountable nouns as well. We haven't got much time, much money, much honey, much tea, much water, much information. A little is used before uncountable nouns. Although he was thirsty, he only drank a little water, a little tea, little sugar, little honey. So a little is used with uncountable nouns. A lot of is used before uncountable nouns or plural countable nouns. A lot of fires break out during the summer. We need a lot of sugar for the party. Lots of before uncountable nouns or plural countable nouns. Lots of boys want to become firefighters when they are young. Lots of sugar was consumed in the party. Now, open your students book page 99. Look at exercise A. Okay. Now, read the dialogue and match to mark rules. Were there any people in the building during the fire? Yes, there were some people on the fourth floor. Really? Were they injured? Fortunately, there were no injuries. The firefighters managed to evacuate the building in the time. Number one, we use some. Look, notice, some, right? In the affirmative sentences, offers, and requests. Use any, look, any, right? In the question and negative sentences. No, in the affirmative sentences to give negative meaning. Now, look at your student's book, page 999, exercise B. Read the examples and match to make rules. Mr. Roberts gave the cat a little water after the firefighters rescued it from the tree. There weren't many firefighters, but they successfully put out the fire. We have to hurry. We haven't got much time. The fire brigade arrived after a few minutes. Lots of boys want to become firefighters when they are young. A lot of fires break out during the summer. Number one, we use many and a few, right? Yes, before plural, countable nouns. Many people, a few people. Many cars, a few cars. Countable nouns. We use much and a little, right? Before uncountable nouns. Much tea, much water, much honey, a little tea, a little salt. We use a lot of and lots of, yes, before uncountable or plural countable nouns. Exercise C. I want you to circle the correct option. Circle the correct options. Ali's got a few or a little questions about the project, right? Yes, a few, since questions is a countable noun. That's why we use the FU with the countable noun question. A question and the questions. One question, two questions, three questions. So this is a countable nouns, a noun that can be counted. Now look at the second sentence, the second one. Can I have some or any water, please? Can I have yes? Some water, right? Some is used with both countable and uncountable noun. Number three, fortunately, there weren't any or no accident. Any, as I've just mentioned, is used in the question and in the negative sentence. The weren't is the negative sentence. That's why we use the any in this context, in this correct context. Fortunately, there weren't any in the negative sentence. Even though Peter hasn't got much or many money, he's very generous. Right? Much is used with money. Somebody might say, what about the banknote? We use reals, a pound, and any other currency is a countable noun. The currencies are considered to be countable, but the money itself is an uncountable noun. Money is an uncountable, but the real, the dollar, the pound is considered to be countable because this is a currency that we can count. Okay, so number five. Would you like some or a few help? Yes. Some, since help is an uncountable noun or an abstract word, abstract noun. The children had lots of or many fun at the park. Yes, the children had lots of